Shouldn't skipping to payday be as easy as skipping to the next song? Introducing MyPay from Chime. Get up to $500 of your pay before payday. Get paid when you save with MyPay. Start at Chime.com. Eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. Provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. and Stride Bank N.A.
How do custom orders work on Kraken? Imagine I'm a music producer, dialing in my newest track. Need more bass? Crank it. Vocals not popping? Double it up. Want a bigger sound? Hit that reverb. Hard. That's custom orders on Kraken. Complete control over your crypto trades. Go to Kraken.com and see what crypto can be. Not investment advice. Crypto trading involves risk of loss. Cryptocurrency services are provided to U.S. and U.S. territory customers by Payword Interactive Inc. View PWI's disclosures on Kraken.com/legal/disclosures.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. What it feels like to be rich by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Thanks so much for joining me once again on Optimal Finance Daily. This is the show where I read articles about personal finance with the author's permission. I like to say that the bloggers wrote the songs and I get to perform the covers. So without further ado, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. What it feels like to be rich by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. After losing over $1 million a week, cash, for the entire summer of 2000, I was forced to sell my apartment. So one day in 2002, all the boxes were packed. The apartment was empty. We had 2 moving trucks waiting downstairs to move us an hour north of the city. It was like an exile. My self-esteem was gone. My apartment was gone. I hadn't slept a full night in almost 3 years. And other things I can't even talk about. My ex-wife, my 2 toddler girls, and Lynn, a close family friend who was helping us move, were taking one last look around. "Oh my God," Lynn said, "this is really it." It's been a while and a lot has happened, good and bad, mostly good. Someone on Quora yesterday asked the question, what does it feel like to be rich? I figured I'd answer based on my pre-2000 experiences. A lot of people started answering the Quora question with, I was able to buy this or that, or this and that. Money was never about that for me, then or now. There's never been anything I wanted to buy. I have minimal material possessions. If you know me, you'd see I dress like crap, and the edges of all my pants are frayed. I don't own a suit. I don't have a driver's license, so fancy cars are out. I like comic books more than paintings. I don't like to fly or sail, and I don't drink wine or eat out a lot. So what did it mean for me back then? Number 1, DNA. I finally felt good enough about myself to pass on my genes and have children. I never wanted to have children before that. There's apparently some evolutionary reason that we feel a strong urge to pass on our genes. I had never felt that before, but somehow having a significant amount of money gave me permission to want to have kids. Number 2, safety. For the briefest of moments, I felt quote unquote safe. Like nothing could harm me and I could live forever. In 1999, I visited the chairman of a company I was a shareholder of. I was in LA and he picked me up at the hotel in his latest Porsche. We drove to his enormous house and he gave me a tour. When we sat down, he told me, I don't even have to do this anymore. I have so much money now that nothing can touch me. I know it sounds unbelievable and a cliche, but a year later, he came down with cancer. After battling with cancer for years, he was given worse and worse news about the outlook until he took his own life. I heard about the news when his wife called everyone in his address book. This is not meant to be a lesson. Money has its benefits, but immortality is not one of them. Another example. A friend of mine was running a prominent gaming site and wanted to maybe sell it or do something with it. It was 1999, so why not? I introduced him to a successful guy I knew on Wall Street. I couldn't even find the guy's office. I had never been down as south as Wall Street. My friend and I sat there while Shlomo, not his real name, but you get the drift, said, "Look at me. 10 years ago, I was a schlub. Now I have $100 million. Only in America, right?" About 2 years later, Shlomo was in the center of a massive FBI sting involving a currency brokerage he had started that had been simply pocketing investors' money since the 70s. He went to jail. Even my Orthodox friends turn away and refuse to talk about him whenever I ask if they knew him. Number 3, scarcity. My feelings of safety and immortality quickly gave way to scarcity. After all, I thought if I could make $10 million, then it must be too easy. In fact, I honestly thought everyone else had probably already made $11 million. So then I felt poor again. I now needed $100 million to be happy. I drove in a car with a friend of mine and his wife. I said, everyone has $10 million now. She quickly said, not everyone. And number 4, friends. I lost some friends. Then I made some new friends. By the time I was going down in the elevator from my apartment that one last time, 100% of those new friends were destined to never speak to me again. My new friends said things like, Mark Cuban is a stud, or F him, take away all his shares, or good luck, have a nice life, or of course it's legal. The value of money. I realized, too late then, but I learned, that I never knew the value of money. I had never even been aware of money before. My prior goals had been playing games, making fun websites, or writing novels. Now, my only goal was money, 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 and more money. I told my therapist at the time, in 2001, it's like losing a loved one. And she said, sweetie, sounds like you've never really lost a loved one before. Money's a great thing. It's the payoff on hard work, great luck, which is often earned luck. And you could do amazing things with it. Build new businesses, create jobs, buy your independence and freedom from corporate America. But first, you have to climb many hurdles, of which earning the money is only the first. Very few things are better than earning a lot of money. But money finds a home only in places where it's appreciated. I didn't appreciate the money, so it left me. When we were in the car driving to our new home back in 2002, it was in the middle of a snowstorm. I wanted to cry. I felt so bad about what was happening, but it was too much to think about. So for a brief moment, I watched the snow and remembered what it was like to be a kid, tasting the first snow of the year on the tip of my tongue. You just listened to the post titled, What It Feels Like to Be Rich by James Altucher of jamesaltucher.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Buy low, sell high. It's easy to say, hard to do. For example, high interest rates are crushing the real estate market right now. Demand is dropping and prices are falling, even for many of the best assets. It's no wonder the F.I.R.E flagship fund plans to go on a buying spree, expanding its billion-dollar real estate portfolio over the next few months. You can add the F.I.R.E flagship fund to your portfolio in just minutes and with as little as $10 by visiting fundrise.com/OFD. That's FUNDRISE.com/OFD. Carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the F.I.R.E flagship fund before investing. This and other information can be found in the fund's prospectus at fundrise.com/flagship. This is a paid advertisement.
Introducing My Pay from Chime, a revolutionary new way to get paid. Let's say new dates to your favorite band's sold-out tour drop Tuesday, but you get paid Friday. Life doesn't wait for payday. With My Pay from Chime, you can get up to $500 of your pay before payday. No interest, no credit check, no mandatory fees. My Pay. Get paid when you say. Start at Chime.com. Eligibility requirements apply. Credit limits range from $20 to $500. $2 fee to get funds instantly. Provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. and Stride Bank N.A.
I think having money and feeling rich are two very different things. Having money is objective, and it's an external circumstance. One can clearly see if they have enough money to pay for the things they need and want. When you have an emergency fund or adequate cash position and savings in your retirement or other investment accounts that are growing steadily, you can say you're financially secure. But feeling rich is a whole other ballgame. That's an internal state of mind that has little to do with how much money you have. I see it as a feeling of abundance and freedom where you believe you have the resources to do whatever you want. I have friends who have a $5 million net worth, for example, which is much more than I have, and yet they don't feel rich. And as much as I talk about feeling abundant, I still go through moments where I'm lost in the scarcity that I've been conditioned to feel. We all assume that more money will make us feel better, but you'd be surprised at how little an external circumstance tends to affect your internal state of being. Feeling rich or abundant is a state of mind. It's cultivated by how much fulfillment you get out of the way you spend your time, how much gratitude you express, the influence of the people you surround yourself with, and where you focus your attention. But that should do it for today. Thanks so much for listening all the way through, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another post where your optimal life awaits.